Welcome back. In this week's edition of Pet Talk, I'm joined by Dr. Jen Bundy once again from Northwood Animal Hospital. We've already talked about pet odors, and now we're going to talk about what happened to those sweet little puppies. You know, oftentimes owners get little puppies or kittens, and they're so sweet, and then they turn into more aggressive animals.
Right, more active, more aggressive, more dominant, and these are things, it's like when kids go through the terrible twos, and pets go through it too, dogs and cats. It just hits them a little bit sooner than actually 2 years old like it does in us. Normally hits them at about 6 to 7 months of age.
Okay.
And I get people all the time, they come in, I don't know what's going on with my dog. All of a sudden it started barking, jumping, being aggressive with food. Change, going to the bathroom in the house when they were completely potty trained before. This is all very normal behavior because they're learning that they can say no to your rules and get away with it most of the time.
And one of the big things that people may notice is their possessive behavior.
Right. So they are guarding food bowls and they are guarding toys, especially for the toys. It's especially rawhides, believe it or not.
Okay.
So a lot of doggy daycare areas will not allow any toys of any sort, but most especially rawhides, because it triggers this. But food aggression is extremely common, and a lot of people worry about this because of children in the household. They don't want their children getting bit. The best way to resolve the food issue is to make your pet wait for their food.
Okay.
No jumping, make them sit, make them stay, pour the food out, and then go ahead and make them wait again until you give them a command that it's now okay to sit up, go over to your food and eat. And with the aggression towards toys, the best thing, honestly, is just to remove that toy forever.
Wow, okay, so you might have to take one away, but it's better in the long run.
It is better in the long run.
And what about tugging and pulling? They're kind of getting more aggressive.
Right, and so tugging and pulling, this could be on a leash. It could also be on a certain toy that you like to play tug of war with. And tug of war is never a game that you should encourage. With all of these problem behaviors, if you don't set the tone right now, it's going to be an issue for the rest of their lives. So you need to really meet them now. Do not allow tug of war play, even with your children, which can be difficult because that's a fun game to play. Should never be done. There are restraints that you can use when you're walking the pet so that it's not pulling, it's not jumping on people. You have harnesses, you have these things called halties or gentle leaders, which are almost like a horse halter.
Okay.
And they are extremely effective, extremely effective. You can get them at PetSmart or at your vet clinic.
Okay, so and on top of all those things, you mentioned it a little bit before, but jumping, some dogs especially will do that.
And this is really key when you especially come home from a long day at work and you say, oh, little baby, how was your day? I missed you so much, I love you. And this feeds into that energy.
The
dog,
it
really encourages it. And so the dog is so excited to see you and they jump up and down. They might urinate on the floor because they're so excited. And so this is something where it's extremely common. When you walk in, you want a well-behaved pet. You want the dog sitting there and just waiting for your praise, not begging you for it in an excited way. So the best thing to do is ignore your dog for a few minutes to seconds.
Until they calm down.
Yes, until they calm down, and then praise them, but not in that cute little love talk voice that we like to do with our pets.
All right, well, that's for dealing with aggressive behaviors and what happened to those sweet little puppies. And next week, we'll be answering your viewer questions. So if you have one that you'd like Dr. Jen Bundy to answer, you can email me or post on my Facebook page or just get in touch with us that way. And I'm sure Jen would be happy to answer any questions that you may have.
It's a very popular segment.
Popular.
We get to answer everybody's questions.
So send them our way.